From the moment I saw your smiling face, I knew in my heart you were my saving grace. You're the sunshine on my darkest days. With you, I'm lost in an endless maze. Every touch, every kiss sets me free. In your arms is where I long to be. Together we'll face whatever comes our way. Forever and always we'll seize the day.
All right, well, that cut out. Hey, hello, everybody. We have JoeyG is in the house, and it's Sunday. It's August 24th. And welcome, Joey. I want to say happy birthday to all the Virgos out there.
Yes, happy birthday to all. And what a great time to be alive.
It really, really is. Yeah. So what have you been up to?
5'11". I haven't shrunk yet. And I haven't grown any, so I'm just like staying right there at the height. But yeah, I've been working, keeping it down low, been busy for the past month. With my daughter, my grandkids came for 2 weeks, so I spent some quality time with them. They rained me down, so it's my first weekend off, so I'm actually, chilling out. Other than that, just been busy down the north end, getting ready for got ready for the Fisherman's Feast that was last weekend. So that was a really good turnout. That was a lot of fun. Grandson had a ball. So yeah, that was about it, Janine. Really.
Is that like a coastal feast that they have?
Well, not really. It started in Sicily. That's why we go to Sicily. It started in Sicily. It's about the Mother Mary, and I'm not religious, by the way. I used to be, and I was all into that stuff with the saint and all that. But everything's changed since I awakened. Probably about 6 years ago, I started feeling differently about it. But I go there anyway because it's a family thing. So, but anyways, they started 6 years ago, and 6th edition over here, and this is our 115th year celebrating it in Boston. So, but it's a good time, good food, get stands everywhere, and then it's live entertainment. It's like what they do in the north in New York too. St. Geno's feast is a lot bigger, but we're a smaller version of that.
Wow, that sounds pretty cool.
Good time. You're Italian. If you're not Italian, you're Italian for that weekend. The food is phenomenal, and the people are great. So I had a good time. I get doing Scotty Pace.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Is the family food and fun. I'm telling you.
Yeah, absolutely. My dog's coming in. Just don't knock over the fan, Rosie, please. Lie down. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. So, just some of the things that are happening out there. We don't always have to talk about the political stuff, but the Cracker Barrel one seemed to really hit home with a lot of people. As far as making it woke and updating it, it kind of has a sterile look to it now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a few jokes out there about Cracker Barrel, but I mean, you go woke, you go broke, and that's what everything goes. What did Trump say? Everything woke goes to shit. So Cracker Barrel's going to shit.
Yeah, without a doubt. We have one up the road here. I was going to see if they remodeled it, but I'm not going to make a special trip for it. So let's see what else. What else is?
Well, we finally had the FBI going after Bolton, and That was a cute connection too. I think I can find that out. I did save it. Um, give me 1 second. Here it is right here. No, I don't remember how to. We're gonna have to allow this shit up here. I don't want to split. Oh shit! This one, that's okay. We go.
Can you guys hear Joey okay out there? Just trying to get some feedback. I don't want to keep turning my volume up.
Let's
It
see.
says your Joey, your mic is a bit muffled.
My mic is muffled. Okay, give me 1 minute.
Well, we'll just keep going on and see what's going on out there. So, yeah, everybody is saying that it's a little bit muffled. I'm not sure what you could do. Maybe turn it down a little bit. Sometimes that will, you to me you sound a little low, but
I sound low. All right, so maybe turn the bass down a little bit. How's that? Any better?
that sounds good to me. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe it's just the way I was talking. I'll just talk on a higher pitch. How's that? Joey keeps freezing.
My mother-in-law used to talk like that. She'd start out real strong and then she would just go real low. And she always caught me. I'm like, what? What? Say that last part.
Yeah, that's probably the way I was talking. So I keep forgetting that I'm on this microphone. So maybe if I could pull this off. Hold on. Any better?
I'm gonna wait. I want to wait for everybody else. It sounds okay for me, but I don't know.
If you guys can hear me out there, can you just give me a thumbs up in the chat? And if not, then I'll have to work with it somehow.
So while we're waiting for them to respond, because there might be a little bit of delay, I've got another thunderstorm overhead here, and I think it's passing over. It started about 40 minutes ago, and my husband says it's just one cloud, and sometimes they just come one after another here. So we're gonna wait and see. All right, Joey, say something, and you guys can give us a 5-5 or let us know if he sounds okay.
Ernie said it sounded good, so that's a plus. Something. Say something. Say something. Don't fuck it up. Say something. Thanks, Arnie. Yeah, they can hear me. All right, great. We're back. Yeah, that Bolton thing. It said it was drop number 993. It was on 4, so that's January 5th. I'm wicked out of practice on this. It was April 4th that the drop came out, and it said follow Bolton Clean. Under that, it said stage with a period on it. And then under that, it said learn how to archive offline. The streets will not be safe for them. So that Bolton is only the start. So they're going to be going after a lot more people, especially with this, the security shit. So national security information and everything else. It's all going to be tied back to the Clintons also. So hold your hats. The fun's just beginning.
Well, I've been holding my hat for 12 years now, so.
Well, hey, they do say that the law works. The wheels of the law roll slowly. And I think the last time that me, you, Ronnie, and everybody else was together, I was like, I'm fucking done. I don't want to do this no more. You know what I mean? I was getting fed up and my patience was running out. But, a lot of shit had to happen in a certain way. It still is, because now you got them going after the Federal Reserve also. They want to put, National Guard in 12 other cities. That's where the major cities, and that's where the blue cities or whatever the hell you want to call them. But that's where the Federal Reserve banks are also. But now they moved it up to 19 cities. So if you Google Map, now I heard this, I haven't done it yet. If you Google Map, the Federal Reserve in Washington D.C. It's not called the Federal Reserve anymore. It's like the Board of Directors of something. It's not even called the Federal Reserve Bank anymore, or the Federal Reserve itself. So they'll be. I heard they were closed down already. So
I heard somebody not calling it Washington D.C. either. I guess it all depends on who's making a short clip out there.
well, that changed back in 2020, Janine. After the Biden took the presidency, that all changed that day. So they wiped DC off the map. It was just called regular Washington. I don't know what they're going to call it after that. I don't know if they're going to have a different city. I don't know what they're going to do with it. But Trump did say he wants to build museums all around it.
I think if you guys want to help me out, I think they were calling it the City of America. So I think that's what it was.
It's all symbolism over there too. Don't forget satanic symbolism. You got the owl. If you look at it a certain way, you see the pentacle and all that shit. Then you got the obelisk, and I'm like, something's gonna happen that obelisk has to be like taken down or something. Just to ruin whatever the hell is going on over there. Then you can build it back up, you know what I mean, and put monuments there and shit like that exposes the deep state even more.
Yeah, on the screen here, I think they're calling it District of America. I had the name America was in there, but yeah. So these are TikToks. I take them with a grain of salt.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody out there is an expert on YouTube, TikTok, or Rumble,
Nope.
and that's where a lot of people gave up on mainstream media. What percentage do you think that mainstream media is actually telling the truth now?
Well, you see, I know, like Fox News. Let's take Fox News for a minute, because I saw something over the weekend. I think it was yesterday, actually, about what was his name? Sarah Carter, and what the hell was his name? Oh shit! Give me 1 second, because I know I saved it in my bookmarks.
Okay, take your
And
time.
it's funny. Yeah, no problem. Where are we here? John Solomon. Remember him? He was always on with John Solomon, and Sarah Carter was always on. What the hell's his name?
Yeah, I know who John Solomon was. He was
he was always on Sean Hannity's show. Usually around 9 o'clock, they pop on. And then he was explaining something. I have a clip right here that actually explains that. If I can see if I can find that one, because I know I saved it. But he supposedly Q got a hold of him, but they didn't say it was Q. It was just said it was intelligence. So they were giving him information to look into something in Sarah Carter. So they always had the right story, with Sean Hannity. And I was trying to put one to one together. And then I saw this. I'm like, holy shit. Okay, now that kind of makes sense. I got it right here. All right, let me pause this. I'm going to share the screen real quick.
okay.
Share screen. Go to X.
I have to stop sharing. Hold on. I'm sorry. I was sharing. Go for it.
Okay, let's share this. Hopefully I don't fucking screw up here. Throw this up.
I got it.
And...
It's on the screen.
Okay.
Perhaps the most profound moment of the last decade of my career occurred in March of 17. I had just done a story that got Sean Hannity's attention. So I was on Fox News. It was about a rapid rise in unmaskings, where Americans' intelligence is looked at, even though there's no warrant, they unmask your name and they know what you said to someone overseas and they don't get a warrant for it. And it had gone up like 200-300% in the last year of Barack Obama, which is very odd. It was odd to the FISA court. That's why they put the data out. They were concerned that this is a trend. I just thought it was a good civil liberty story, so I wrote it. And at that point, I had been repeatedly told that don't waste your time on Russia collusion. It's going nowhere. And by the way, from some of the most senior leaders of the FBI and the Justice Department, the very people who might also have gone out and told us there was something there when there wasn't. They were telling me it wasn't. Got home about 10:45, 11 o'clock at night. My wife's already in bed. I pull in the driveway and there's a blue sedan sitting in front of my mailbox with its yellow fog lights on. And I pull in the driveway and these two GI men get out of the car 11 o'clock at night. And as I'm getting out of my car, I say, "Are you Mr. Solomon?" I'm like, "I don't know, am I being arrested? What's going on?" They get throw cops on me. Did I break some classified secret I shouldn't today? And they're like, "You don't know who we are. We can't tell you who we are, but you're at the tip of a very large iceberg, and we hope you drill into it." And I'm like, "What in God's name are you guys talking about?" "Well, that thing you were reporting on television." "Yeah, it's a FISA court." It is apex of a very large scandal, and you need to drill down in it. And all right, walk me through this guy. "Well, we can't tell you. It's all classified." "Okay, that's not very helpful. Can you give me something of more generic description?" "Yeah, we work in the intelligence committee, and our agencies were asked to participate in one of the greatest political dirty tricks in history. And if it isn't stopped, and one day when it is uncovered, we will lose the tools that keep you and I safe at night. We won't be able to find terrorists and we won't find spies because these tools will be taken from us because we abused them in the last couple of years." I'm like, holy mackerel, what's going on here? And so they couldn't give me much more detail, but they inspired me to start wondering about whether I was missing something. And I got home by that time, and there were 20 minutes. It was about 11:20 at night. From 11:20 at night to 2 in the morning, I wrote a long email to my then work sister, Sarah Carter, who was just a fantastic reporter. Now the drug czar for President Trump. And I just try to remember everything they told me. Like, "Sarah, I don't know what the hell these guys are trying to tell us, but tomorrow morning, let's wake up and find out." And that sent us on our journey.
Right. And let me shrink this down. There was a Q drop that said that also. They said to watch those two people there. Let me stop sharing this. So one of the Q drops, it did say, why Sarah and John getting real scoops. I have it right here. I'll let you guys read along. It's not long at all. And it's just telling you that, Q is real and they do things. They do things. And, oh, there it is right here. So it's right here where it says anonymous. Sarah's good people. Why Sarah and John getting all the real scoops? Expand your thinking. Why are they now under protection? So that was Q that actually went up against John and gave him Q per se. It was intelligence, and I think that you're going to be hearing a lot more about Q shit probably in the media somewhere in the near future for the Clinton Foundation and all that shit. So things that there is no money and shit's getting real. So this is a beautiful thing. Just get your popcorn.
Yeah, I think I just hope that they streamline it or almost to the point where they pigeonhole these stories where it'll be about Obama, then it'll be about the Clintons. If they start merging them together at some point, I know they're going to show them in cahoots. But I think if they come out with it fast and furious, I think that just leaves it open for the far left.
Well, you got Benghazi also. So, I mean, all these scandals is going to be like one perfect storm. So if you have one piece of one thing that they just found out, like, say, Bolton, then they go to the next piece, and it's something else, and then something else, and then something else, and all of a sudden it's one big friggin' storm. That's what I think. But I don't know. I'm just guessing on that. But, I mean, I could see it You know, things are happening, and they always have been happening. Just now you're seeing it more and more. And yesterday and today, I just happened to be on X. I'm like, what the hell? How did I miss this? You know what I mean? It's like, where the hell have I been?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot that I didn't think how it was gonna be played out from partial information that we were given.
Mhm.
You know, it's really it's interesting. We were given some truth, and then a lot of it was twisted, or a lot of it was unknown, and they filled it in for their own speculation, whoever
Yep.
they are, right? But it was enough to make us think, right? In the beginning, it was all about the government lied to us, and a lot of people couldn't digest that. What do you mean the government is against, we the people? That was the big hurdle. Now that we're so deep into it, now that Trump doesn't give a shit what he says about anyone, he said Bolton is the big scumbag, on national television, well, international, whatever, worldly television, he said that. So right there, there's going to be more. And people, when he starts talking like that and he wore the hat, everything I told you has been the truth, or whatever the hat said. I think it's getting a lot of people. I like on mainstream media, when I asked the question out there about what percentage, I like listening to Laura Ingraham, Maria Bartiromo, I can't ever say her name, on Fox Business.
Yep.
And those are the ones that I kind of lean to. These are strong women. They never bought into the bullshit.
Yep.
And then there's the other ones that still kind of put a spin on everything. Joey, do you still think that our economy hits the tank?
Uh, well, see, now that's a funny thing that you say that too. I was talking to my daughter this morning, actually, on the phone, and she wants to move back out here, which is really good. But financially, it's impossible because it's so fucking expensive over here. And we just went food shopping this morning. It's like fucking $200. We didn't buy anything. I had a half a basket. You know what I mean? I bought maybe one package of meat, and that was it. I was like, what the fuck is this going on? So I don't know how to answer that, Janine. I know the Federal Reserve is no longer, and it still has to play out because now that I think Trump barricaded the Treasury, so nobody else can go after it, and they closed down the Federal Reserve. So I think they're going to save the dollar in a certain way, but the regular funny money is not going to be. You won't be able to use it anymore. You know what I mean? But it's going to take a little bit of time for that to work it out. But as far as I know, is the Federal Reserve is no longer there anymore. Um, so I would think, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to fucking play out with the Wall Street, because Wall Street's fucking, that's a fugazi too. That's always been controlled since 19. I think it was 1913. I think it was 1915. Uh, they started manipulating all that shit. Everything had to be put in place in 1871, and then 1913 is when they started the Federal Reserve. And then after that, they invented fucking Wall Street and all these fucking stupid shares and all that shit. We never had that before. So this is was that over 100 years now? So I mean, you're trying to unravel a lot. Uh, he picked up a lot since 2015. And I also had a discussion with my daughter too. I'm like, great, we're not supposed to be fucking working for the rest of our lives either. You know what I mean? You're supposed to enjoy life. The Social Security that they're saying, you can collect Social Security, but you know what? It's not an account under your name. It's not an account. They just take money from other fucking people and pay you. It's not the way it's supposed to be. And that's never the way it was supposed to be. You know what I mean? It was all a fugazi when they said it. Was it 1963 is when they introduced that or something like that, Janine? I don't remember when they started that, but um, Ani says we are Wall Street, other collateral, or yeah. Well, that's true. That was 1933, Arnie, is when they started the birth certificate bullshit. That was 1933 that we started the uh, the straw man, which is your birth certificate, and that was a bond. Still is. So, as far as that question goes, Janine, I don't know how to answer that, honey. It's I don't know. You know what I mean? And what do you see here? Everybody's got their ties missing. So what does that mean? Does that mean
No ties, no ties to the deep state.
right? The work is done. The work's already been done. That's what you know what I mean. They did. He did all that shit in 2017. You know what I mean? He traveled the world. He has other countries that are working with him. The white hats. You know what I mean? So they all fucking. This is all for show now. And I read something this morning and it reminded me, you know, you 2015, we all started getting divided because you were voting for this one, you were voting for that one, and you know what I mean. I had people that was really close to before all that shit started, and after Trump took office, they didn't want to talk to me anymore. You know what I mean? And you're talking 40 years of friendship, and you know what I mean. I'm sure everybody else went through the same shit, but I mean, it's fucking crazy, and it's I don't know. I don't
So
know.
let's. I got one other picture I want to show you. Just get your thoughts on it. It's Welcome Cracker. This was the title of the thumbnail for you. So they had Aunt Jemima, Land of Lakes. Was it Cream of Wheat?
Cream of wheat. Yep.
I don't know. The gentleman in the blue, I don't remember what he was represented.
Isn't that Benson Rice?
Oh, yeah. And now Cracker Barrel. So these companies have been around for a really long time. This is my tinfoil hat. I actually think that these companies, these corporations, and that's what they are, these franchises, have been around for so long. There's 660 Cracker Barrels. If you want, and this is my thinking of what I've been seeing, somewhat of a pattern. You guys correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that they brought in a new CEO to change it up, to get more younger people in there instead of having all the old people. But it's also a way for them to downsize, making it woke. It's that's what I think. What do you think?
Maybe it's the ingredients they're using to make us ill. So maybe they're going to be changing that. They're changing it instead of their brand. They'll be changing their ingredients. You know what I mean? Because all that shit that they feed the people anyway, it's all GMO shit. You know what I mean? So it might be a way to take that over. Uncle Ben's, yes, Uncle Ben's rice.
Yeah. Also, look at this. Look at it this way. These are all minority-owned companies, but then you got Uncle Cracker there, and I can't remember what his real name was. Something Henry.
I can't remember either. I don't.
An old guy. It's an old guy, and I'm sure that if anything, they'll probably bring in a logo, but they're gonna make it more modernized. If there it is, fire the CEO. And let's see what else we have here. I guess there is a new channel out there. If you guys seen it on Rumble, it's called The Grasshopper. Where they're doing a lot of decoding out there.
Yes.
Have you seen it?
Yep. He's been around for a long time,
Is he an American, or because before they had everybody from Australia doing these, and I could never figure that out because they were giving misinformation. But
no,
what do you think of this one?
Is he from? No, I think he's from Costa Rica. Actually, really cool dude. You know what I mean? Because I listened to him once. I used to listen to him all the time. You know what I mean? Because he does really fantastic decode, and he does it live too. You know what I mean? If we've been watching Trump rallies, I watched the Trump rallies on his channel actually, and he'll take the time and As soon as you see a 5x5, he's like, all right, what's the time? What's his time stamp on this? Let's get this going. You know what I mean? And he'll do live decodes right there and then. And a lot of it matched up too. The guy's incredible.
Yeah.
Joe
Also,
Rambo is another one. Joe Rambo's really, really amazing. He's amazing. He came a long way too, Joe Rambo. There was a question out there, Janine. Let me see if I can find it. Charlene, 321. Didn't Trump just send the National Guard? Yeah, that's it. To 19 cities with the Federal Reserve. Yes. Yes, including Boston. I had the list, but yes. I thought it was 12. I thought it was 12 first, and I think they were called blue cities, including Boston. But these cities aren't blue; they're mostly red.
yeah, I can
Especially,
show you. I can show you the list in a minute here.
yeah.
I want to talk about this story here. Joey, did you hear about this one? This came out on August 21st, so it's 3 days ago.
Okay.
It says breaking. Now, this is coming from the General, and sometimes I take the General with a grain of salt, and I'm going to ask everybody else to do the same.
Yeah.
But the General is BlackRock and Blackstone have moved into the U.S. electric utility market. BlackRock acquired at Minnesota Utility Company for more than $6 billion that served 100,000 people, while Blackstone purchased a New Mexico utility company serving 800,000 people for $11 billion. Utility companies, and so that's a lot of people in the United States, a lot of areas that they cover. And let's see what else it says here. That's just it. It was $11 billion at the end there. When I saw that, I don't know why, but I just was a little perturbed by it. These guys still have the money unless we can go up against their money. And that's why I think if you ever follow the money and go back to, okay, who owns, Cracker Barrel? Did they need the money? Are they selling off? Are they going to start selling off the 660 locations? This is how my mind thinks. It's like, where do these guys continuously get this money from? There's never a shortage of it.
Well, if you want to talk about crimes against humanity and crimes against children, that's against the executive orders. So, is it possible that they're making they're giving you an excuse to take over their company? You know what I'm saying? If they're involved with the trial, the trafficking and all that stuff, under executive order, they seize all assets, and even the election. I don't know if I could say that on here, but how should I say this? You know what I'm talking about? I'm trying to bounce around it because I don't want to get you zapped.
Yeah, let me just read what this is coming from Drunk Cicero. It says Wall Street swallows the U.S. electric utilities. BlackRock $6.2 billion bid for the Minnesota Power utility serves 150,000 North Minnesota customers. Administration judge urges a rejection of the deal. Blackstone acquires the TNNM Energy for $11.5 billion. And then, of course, they're just breaking it out. This is a lot of money. It says, why does it matter? It matters because Wall Street eyes monopoly utility income. Private equity replaces public service control. The consumers face rate hikes with less transparency. Stake fallout. Utilities prioritize profit over reliability. Local communities lose infrastructure accountability. The bottom line is we're being sold out from grid to greed. Now, Joey, I thought that Trump was working on something with the utilities. I thought he mentioned the utilities stuff. Anybody else out there have this information? You can always just send me an email on it. But
don't forget, China used to own utilities also. They owned a lot of electrical grids. You know what I'm saying here? And there was one in the city that I used to live in over here. there was a major electric company, and they sold out. The casino took them out. As a matter of fact, we had gas reserves. We reserved tanks over there. Same city.
Well, it's not just in the United States, Joey. It goes on. It's also in the UK. They bought out the Brits, right? 1.4 worth of UK properties. Guess who's living in them?
Now you're talking funny money. They're not using the real dollar. They're using the Fugazi money with the Federal Reserve. That's their money anyway. So once we switch over, well, I mean, I know we're going to switch over to regular gold-backed currency. You know what I mean? It's just when they're going to do it. I don't know. Timing's everything. I'm not them, so I don't have the inside scoop on that shit. But they could just say, hey, look it, your money ain't fucking real, and shove it up your ass with the money. Wipe your ass with it. That's what it's worth anyway. It's toilet paper. Throw it the fuck out.
Talk about butt hurt.
You know what I mean? But that I think that's what they're gonna say to them. You know what I mean? We got our own currency. It's backed by gold and silver. That's the way we're gonna do it. We don't have a Federal Reserve anymore. Shove it up your ass.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there that are awake, and then one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about this is I don't have an answer for it. A lot of people are putting their thoughts in. A lot of people, and which goes to tell me that there are a lot of people paying attention now. They're using the same language that we did years ago. They get upset. We're just waiting for this movie. It's taken on new characters. It's taken on new roles. And there's a really cool video out there of somebody saying, if you want to call them clones, if you want to call them central actors, actors, whatever it is that you want to call them, it's all getting done. Who cares what they are? If you invest so much of your time into thinking about, who's behind that mask, you're wasting your time and your energy. You have to look at it and bring your energy up a little bit higher and saying, well, he's only been here for 8 months. My God, we still have another 3.5 years to go.
Well, I mean, a lot of things are happening fast too. A lot of things have been happening a lot quicker now. It's picking up. You know what I mean? It is picking up. Things aren't going to be overnight. I mean, this is going to be cured for probably another fucking 10 years anyway. But I mean, we're on the right track. Everything's moving the way it's supposed to. A lot of people are waking up. You know what I mean? I have a lot of people that said, hey, look at everything you said 10 years ago or even 5 years ago is happening now. I can see it. You know what I mean? It's right there. They're talking about it on the news and everything. So I'm like, well, there you go. It took a while. It takes a while. You know what I mean? And people, you're not. My fucking thing was I tried, waking up as much people as possible, and I really went hard, and I shove it right down their throat. You know what I mean? And I think that was the wrong way to do it because a lot of people, it just got turned off. So now
you're Italian. That's the only way we know how to do it.
If I'm gonna do something, I give it that 110% and get ready because it's gonna go right down your fucking throat. You know what I mean? I'm gonna sit there and I'll talk to you about it. You know what I mean? But then I get really into it because I'm so passionate about it. You know what I mean? It's like fucking you're not thinking right, dude. Wake the fuck up, slap. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man. But like I said, I probably went the wrong way with it back then. So I try to calm myself down, do a little Mufasa, saying, look, the way you're thinking is totally wrong.
Well, here's some food for thought. What I think is, if they're coming out with these kind of stories, this could have all. Let me just kind of come back to us here.
Yeah,
this story could have been hidden, but it wasn't. So we really have to start thinking like all those people out there that were getting very emotional about it, as we have. I mean, I'm not dogging them for doing that. But the way that my mind processes things now is almost like a chess move. Okay, we know that they bought it. We know that Trump is talking about utilities. there's something in the works where we're going to see the story come back again, because everything comes back around, and we're going to see that possibly the judges shut them down because they're monopolizing, right? In whatever it might be. But we have to, it's almost to the point where the instant gratification is got to be something that we all have to let go of. We are all going to have to let go of that, because if we got 3.5 years and 8 months that he's been doing this, has seemed like a lifetime for people. What is 3.5 years going to feel like for you? You people are going to age very quickly. So, okay. So the way that I look at it is, all right, so they're trying to purchase, they're trying to buy up all the utilities in the United States and the UK. Trump has also got bigger fish to fry out there. He is talking about the utilities, bringing in rare earths, making everything, much more affordable for the people. I don't put all my eggs in one basket. I don't sit there and say, oh my God, BlackRock still has the upper hand, deep state still, the minions are still at it. I just basically go about my life, and then if I see that there was a chess move in our favor, then I'm like, okay, he took care of it. But we had to know about it. So when I see these stories coming out about from the deep state side, it's because we didn't know. And that's just awareness. If you want to equate it to spirituality, all this is being brought to your awareness. And then we actually see the manifestation of it coming from the good guys.
Right. No, you're learning to question everything. That's what it is. I mean, I do the same thing. You know what I mean? It's like, well, maybe it's just the way that they're going to have to fucking play it out. You know what I mean? To make everybody, a lot of people differently. Everybody learns differently. You know what I'm saying here? So a lot of people don't question what the hell's going on. And you have people like us that question everything. Now it's like, you hear something, that's right, but your question, it's like, is that really right, or is that fucking wrong? And then you got to sit there and meditate.
Well, yeah, we gotta yeah, that's what that's exactly what we're doing, Joey. We're just trying to, well, okay, so we've known about this a little bit longer than maybe some people or other people, or I don't know what you want to call it. Some of these younger kids are waking up right out of the box and they're figuring it out. And some of the other people, some of the boomers they're not even on board with it. I mean, everybody is all over the place, but I see so many people taking to TikTok, and they apparently can piece together information a hell of a lot quicker than I can. So I just say, let them go at it. And if TikTok is something that's working for everybody, that's fantastic. Who am I to judge, their mindsets? But I just think it's fantastic that everybody is thinking about it, Joey. Everyone is trying to put things together. And if I don't want to spin my wheels on this stuff, I just let it go and just say somebody else will bring it, on some influencer's channel, right? The answers will come one way or another. Right. I don't think that we're all doom and gloom.
Hell no. I was never doom and gloom. You know what I mean? It's just, they still have that one fucking thing that it may happen in the midterms. It may not. I don't know. You might have a false flag event, but with the deep state, but they do have countermeasures to, we're safe. I mean, it even says in the Q drops, we're safe. But you got the other normies that are understanding what the hell's going on, and they're thinking a different way than we are. We're awake. They're not. So, I mean, would it be possible to have like something really major to fucking scare the shit out of them? And I think that's what's going to happen, unfortunately. You know what I mean? But be ready for it. They already told, I think it was Venezuela, they told their citizens to, gather up some food and water. So I don't know.
Well, I do want to address Robbie 17 Gale out there. She's, she uses the word depressed, but my husband could not sleep last night. There was something definitely in the air. I've gotten to the point where I don't know, maybe I've worked out a lot of, the energies have been really wackadoodle for a lot of people lately. And so when they don't get enough sleep, they think that they're depressed or what have you. I just think that, again, it kind of goes back to if the energies are changing out there, which a lot of people are feeling it, and they're all feeling it at different levels at different times. This is good. We realized a lot of times we couldn't sleep going through all this stuff. So it's, you know, it's just the energy forces out there. I truly believe that.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, back in what 2020, when everything was shut down for 3 months over here, all I did was watch documentary. I never slept. I was up 24 hours. I was drinking coffee, keeping up, and I was watching documentaries. Like, holy shit, what the hell's this? And then we'll just go into something else, and then you know what I mean. I was just like, I look at the time. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm fucking wide awake. It's like, what the hell? You know what I mean? And it's like, holy shit, things aren't the way it's supposed to be. And I'm like, you know, I got scared shit, right? You know what I mean? So she's sleeping in the other room. It's like, you know what I mean? But I'm downstairs watching TV and watching all these documentaries on YouTube before everything got shut down. And I'm like, holy shit, these are fucking crazy. You know what I mean? So it's, I woke up before that, but I mean, all these documentaries, I don't know how I found them either. It was just fucking weird. That's how I found Trey Smith and all that stuff. So I was looking at all of his documentaries. That's all I did was watch documentaries the whole time of the pandemic, scandemic, whatever you want to call it.
So this picture here, a lot of people are saying, a lot of people, there's different levels of this too, right? Different levels of dimension that people will say they've already been taken care of, no need to worry about it. Then there's other people that just say we need somebody to become accountable, and so that this kind of just, it summarizes it that if we're talking about this, odds are we are so far past this type of a picture. So Trump is out there talking about Alligator Alcatraz, and he's talking about all these other places and opening up the real Alcatraz. To me, what I'm actually hearing, it's got, some of it may have to do with the illegals, and some of it may just have to do with these kind of characters.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm one of those people that says, you know, this has already been taken care of. They're just replaced. Uh, you know what I mean? And I am one of those people that believe that this already happened. Um, you know what I mean? And that's the way I see things, and that's the way I feel about it. And I'm sorry if none of you fucking see it that way, but nothing's gonna
And
change my mind that's saying that, you know, these guys been already taken out, especially Obama and Hillary and all that shit. Because I haven't seen any fucking videos or pictures of them that's recent that actually looks like them. So
bingo.
no, they're already taken care of. This has
Yeah.
to play out. I mean, we're at the end of the fucking movie. I mean, you only have a few more fucking months of this shit. You know what I mean? You'll finally see something. But I'm like, you know, I'm just so fucking sick of the lies on fucking TV and even about 9/11. And there's a documentary on tonight actually from Badlands Media about 9/11, the real one, not the fucking fake shit that everybody else is fucking learning. You know, they're talking about what happened, not exactly what happened. You know, so I'm dying to see that documentary now because Brad does amazing work. Oh yeah, you asked me before about the media too. I'm sorry, I got so sidetracked on that question, Janine. Um, Keep that there for 1 second. I think they did take over the media, okay, and you still have MBNS and NSB and the DNC or whatever the fuck that is there, but they're still involved with child sex trafficking and they're in charge of one of the sites. So um, I think that you know a lot of people from Fox News actually hits the Q drops, even the 5 o'clock shit. What do they call it? What's that show there? Judge Janine used to be on it at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't remember the name of it,
The
but
five.
the five, yeah, the five.
Oh,
They hit a lot of Q drops, especially this past week. You know, they've been hitting Q drops left and right. I'm like, holy shit, this kid. You know what I mean? I see it on the fucking. I see clips. I don't watch it because I don't have time to. But I see clips of it on TikTok and Twitter, and I'm like, holy shit, they are hitting the cue boards now. So you know the white hats are in charge of the news.
yeah. Hey, Joey, before we go into talking about this, what I got up here, they renamed MSNBC to MS, and then a lot of people have renamed it BS. It's called MS Now. So they're hurting. They lost all their viewers. So no. So all the people came back and said, "Oh, they named it MS Now. Now it's called BS Now."
There you go. Yeah, but I don't even know anybody that watches fucking CNN or any of those channels anymore. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
did watch that series with JFK Jr. on the what the hell date was that now? A couple weeks ago, and I was like, okay, so they're probably playing this for the people that don't know who he was to catch up to speed on who he was. This way here, they'll have more of an understanding when the time comes or what happens. So we'll see.
So this one here is Maria Bartiromo, who's basically saying, just in, the news editor in chief John Solomon, he spoke about the breaking news that the memos revealed the federal prosecutors had evidence that a former FBI director, James Comey, signed off on the classified leaks before 2016. This is huge.
Yes, yes. Pfizer was the start. That's even in the Q drops also. Pfizer's the start. So I mean, you're talking from 2015. How long is that? It's been almost fucking 10 years, Janine. Jesus Christ. You're talking about a lousy 3 more years of Trump. Come on, really? How fast did those 10 years go? Well, you know what I mean? Just to say, I'm just saying, like it's like a fucking bat of an eye. It doesn't even seem like it was 10 years ago. But hey, I was right back then. I'm right now. So, you know,
Yeah.
I got to reread those drops and go back at it because I've been out of those drops for a long time. It's been like 6 months since I even looked at them. Once in a while I poke at it, but I got to go back and read those drops again and start digging again. You know what I mean? So I can keep up to speed on it. And Jesse Waters, what a guy he is. I like him too.
Yeah, he gets a little bit sensationalism sometimes. He sometimes annoys me, but he's got the goods. He definitely does. I think he's related to somebody. I've always said that.
Yeah. I wonder who.
Yeah.
I wonder who. I don't know.
I'm not saying it anymore.
I ain't fucking saying it, all right? I'm sorry.
Yeah, this guy's coming out. They're basically saying that the far left, and this is true. I'm going to come back to us here. The deep state bullshit. The far left has been scaring people about Medicare and Medicaid in this country here, and it's all bullshit. It really is. My niece, who's trying to apply for her kidney disease and stuff like that, she got turned down, and she was so disappointed. But I think she's got to apply right at the time that they go in to do a transplant. There's just so many stupid rules and regulations around it. But people just need to, I don't know, keep doing the research. If instead of listening to somebody tell you something, an influencer or a channel or something, freaking go to the websites, find out for yourself. I mean, it's I don't know.
You don't take anybody. I learned this I learned this a long time ago. Even what I say, you don't have to believe me. Go look it up yourself. You know what I mean? But it's good to listen to an influencer, but not everybody has it right. You know what I mean? So it's like you could take what they say, okay, take it for granted, and do your own research after that. That's what I would say to everybody. Don't fucking listen to me. Don't listen to the shit that I've been talking about. I've been right all along, but it's like do your own research about it. You know, I even the shows that I used to watch on YouTube and Rumble and all that shit, all the influencers, all the Q guys, I still did my own research. You know what I mean? I took what they said. I'm like, all right, cool. And I'll go do my own research after that and see if they were right or wrong. And I always found the answer.
Okay, let's lighten the energy a little bit, just so everybody knows. Babylon Bee is reporting that the Waffle House unveiled successful brand strategy. They're just keeping everything the same forever. So I think I was in the Waffle House once in my lifetime. That was it.
Oh. I was in the Waffle House once, and I think I was in Georgia passing through. I was on my way to Daytona. Daytona. I used to go to a Holly school down there. It was called AMI. But anyways, I stopped at a Waffle House. I ordered a breakfast, and they gave me grits. I'm like, what the fuck is this? It looks like mashed potatoes. And the lady says, well, those are grits. I'm like, I never even heard of a grit before. And and I laughed because my cousin Vinny. That's all I could think about. But this is before that movie even came out. So I'm like, I never heard of a fucking grit. I didn't know what a grit was. So I said, I had no idea. I'm like, I'm looking at the breakfast potatoes, the hash browns we call it, or breakfast potatoes. I never had those fucking grits before.
I've never. I don't think I've ever had them, but that's what happens for us Yankees from up north. You go down south. Yeah, in that movie, my cousin Vinny was talking about the grits. That's what actually saved his neck when he was talking to the people. He actually had been educated by the cook that was serving him the grits, how long it takes to make the grits to taste really good. I love that movie. I can watch it once a year. All right, let's see here. What else do we have going on? I just wanted to kind of throw that in there, just lighten the energy a little bit. I just want to see what is the latest thing. There's so much news that's actually happening out there, right? Italy has passed on anti-surrogacy law. They're banned from couples from becoming parents. Joey, did you hear about this one?
Nope, I haven't heard about that one yet.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see more. I don't know. I don't want to go there with this just yet, but we're gonna be seeing more and more stuff that's gonna seem somewhat normal to us instead of abnormal. All right, now we've got this guy here. That guy that truck driver, the illegal guy. Alien that came in, and apparently in 2016 there were a bunch of truck drivers that were given driver's license, and they didn't even understand the rules of the road, and they were given truck driver licenses, and this guy ended up killing a family, and they caught him, and basically it was very devastating. He didn't have any remorse. It was like, oops, I made a mistake. This car flies into it. Did you hear about this, Joey? This truck driver?
No, I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah, he is the poster child for all the illegals that have a driver's license, truck driver's license. I think that what they're basically saying to us at this point in time is they're going to start recalling them, and for the good reasons too. They just don't know how to drive on our roads. They don't understand. They don't drive in their own country. What are they going to do? Come over here and we're going to give them a truck driver's license
that's what's been happening. A lot of people actually from Massachusetts went down to Florida because I guess they go to a truck driving school or something, and they give them a CDL license afterwards, but they can't drive a fucking truck. They drive an automatic. They don't know how to drive a standard. That's not driving a truck, man. But we have a lot of them up here, and a lot of Brazilians up here that do it. They go down there. They go get their license. I was talking to a few of them. They went down to Florida, and I think they stopped that now. Massachusetts used to hand them out left and right, and they got bagged for it. And they were using their license to go vote too. So that's a big thing that's coming out in about the 2020 and 2018 elections. So I can't wait for that. Get rid of this fucking governor that they have and the mayor. Oh, what a terrible. Amazing. Amazed.
All right, I think we covered enough of the news stuff there. So, Joey, what'd you have at your barbecue? What'd you guys eat?
What, yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, we had well, we brought the pastries, of course. Had to buy those cannolis and the chocolate cakes and everything else. But we had this what would they have? Hot dogs, hamburgers, sausages, the peppers and onions, potato salad. I think ribs. I think that was it. But then
So
we
was that
played
like
games all fucking night, and I don't know what the fuck is the name of this thing. It's weird because you log in with your cell phone, you're playing online, but it's let me see if I can get it. Hold on 1 second. It's called Jack TV, Jackbox TV, and .com. I guess you pay for like $25 and you get like a bunch of games on it. So you have like a total of 8 play. We had 8 players last night, and let me tell you something. I had a fucking blast on it. So what you do is you start it up on your laptop, you connect to your TV so everybody can see it. Everybody they give you a code, so you just go to Jackbox TV on your cell phone, and then you press a code so everybody enters this one game. It's fucking so much fun. I had a blast on it, and I never laughed so hard in my life. And the answers they were coming up with, it's like, really? It's fucking great. It's fucking great. I love it. I gotta download that for myself. So next time I have people over, hey, let's play a game. It's fucking wild. But it was great. Good time. I had my grandkid. Both my grandkids. They one they had a birthday yesterday. She just turned 3, and the other one's turning 6 in September 7th. It's another key date. I don't know why that number sticks.
Papa Joey, right? Papa Joey.
Papa Joe, yeah. The little one
Papa
calls me up.
Joe. It
Yeah.
it's so funny because when he told me what they call him, Papa Joe, I says because in Chicago they actually sold Italian beef and it was called Papa Joe's. And says when he said that, I said it reminds me of Italian beef. we can't find anything like that around here. We have to go back home. Which I'm planning on making a trip. Finally, it's been about 9 years. I haven't been back to the Chicagoland area. With all the National Guards going out to 19 different states, maybe it'll be safe enough to go back home.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So we'll see. All right, let's see here. We actually went over and saw the replica of the that they call it the Bomahenge, which is a Stonehenge. So there's this billionaire race car driver.
Okay.
And of course, they made the fiberglass race cars, right? And so he decides he gets this idea. It's probably up in the middle of the night, smoking and drinking something, and says, I'd like to find somebody that can make a replica of Stonehenge. And then he was going to put it down here in Alabama. It's right by the coast. So we went and checked it out. I've got some short videos out there, and it takes it took about an hour to find it. It's in the middle of these fields. He owns all this property out there, but he didn't only make this replica. It's set up exactly like Stonehenge's. He made oversized spiders. They're all over this property, and people go around doing this little. It's almost like I don't know. It's almost like a hunt. You got to hunt out for this stuff. And then he decided in this big Wolf Bay that is freshwater. He called it the Lady of the Lake. So he's got this lady's head in there, all made out of fiberglass. He's got all you can see is her knees that are bent up, and you have to go around and find all this stuff. And we're just like, God, there's got to be something else better to do down here.
That sounds like
Yeah, and so that's what we saw. So I actually got some videos of him, and I made one kind of cool. It looked like when we were with another couple and my husband, and I'm standing in front of them as they're walking back. I made it look like aliens came down, and they were the aliens coming out of the Stonehenge. And my husband goes, "That's a really good idea." He says, "Let's go back and make some more videos from there."
That's amazing. It's crazy what they can do with fiberglass. You know what I mean? And I was watching. How was it? was on Motor Trend. I was watching some fucking uh these guys are out of Utah. Well, I don't know why I'm drawing a fucking blank because I watch it all the time. But yeah, they went to they were building a Corvette, 1963 Corvette, and they were trying to figure out which way to build a fiberglass body all in one piece, and then they took it over there. And the the shit that they fucking made out of that place, it's crazy. They have a gun, they shoot it, and I was like, wow, that's fucking crazy what they can do with fiberglass. It was fucking unbelievable. And
Yeah.
they were doing like dinosaurs and all this other shit there. It's just amazing what they can do with the fiberglass. Totally amazing.
Yeah. It kind of wish they had dinosaurs. I think he's got oversized alligators. It's just, and I went up to and I knocked on his like real tinny, tin, you know. But this is what billionaires do with their excess money.
What else are they gonna do? It's a hobby.
Yeah, and then of course I look over at this Wolf Bay and I see these yachts, and I'm like, oh, that's where all of his friends park their boat. It's not even a boat; it's a damn yacht.
It's a yacht. It's not a boat.
All right. Yeah. So that's cool. So was your barbecue, was that like the end of the summer type of deal that you guys are?
It's like a last minute thing over a friend's house. So we just went over there. They invited us like the last minute or something. And I was like, yeah, all right, cool. We'll go there. You know what I mean? Next Saturday, I got a ride to the Kangamangas Highway. I'm looking forward to that. Take the bikes out finally. It's the first ride I did, really. I really haven't gone anywhere for the summer. So this is the first ride I'm doing. It's probably about 125 miles.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's going to be an all-day affair.
There you go. Yeah. So yeah, we're not doing too much. We're waiting. Like I said, it's been raining here every single day, and I think this might be the norm. The first year it was nothing but hot with no rain. So if that's the case, we probably will take our boat out. We haven't even taken our boat out, maybe once or twice this down here this year. And other than that, we're just looking for things to do to get the heck out of the house.
Right.
It's just, maybe I'll start traveling more. That's what I really want to do, is start to travel more. But it was great. It was great having you here, Joey. Is there anything else you want to share with us?
Not really. I mean, keep an eye on Dan Scavino on all his posts. He's dropping a lot of hints out there. So
I don't get half of them.
Yeah, well, you gotta take the timestamp and then you go on the. I did show you the website to go to to get the drops. So all you do is hit hashtag, and then the numbers of the timestamp that he drops. Usually that's the way it works. Or if it's military time, like say it's in the evening, then you go to a military time, which is you always add 12 hours to whatever time it is. And then you just do it from there, and you can just pick it up from there. And like I said, I haven't decoded in a very long time, 6 months, and I've been out of it. So I gotta reread the drops myself too. But get ready, guys, because a lot of it is happening. And Pfizer was the start. Now you have Bolton. The FBI rated him. So I mean, shit's going the right way, and I think it's just going to pick up. It's going to escalate. It's going to totally escalate after that. So I'm ready for it. I got plenty of popcorn now. Bucky, baby, I got to call you one of these days, brother. And Janine, you got to come to Boston. I got so many places to take you to eat. It's crazy.
I love Boston food. I really do. I was there. Yeah, what is it? Downtown Boston is where you go?
I go to the North End. It's like they call it Little Italy. It's the northern part of Italy, Boston. Yeah, northern part of Italy. It's the northern part of Boston, just outside of Charlestown. It's the streets are very small. It's very cozy. All they got is restaurants and cafes.
Yeah,
a lot of guineas.
Yeah, definitely. I loved it when I was there. I love the old churches. I love the architecture that's there. I felt very much at home. It was just,
So
it's
much,
really a
so
cool
much,
place.
so much history over there. You got the Paul Revere and the Paul Revere house, and I could take you everywhere over there. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I actually went to that Cheers after the show. It's just a regular bar. They do have
The bowl,
they have
the
a
bowl.
sign there or something. It really never really existed for the show there, did it, Joey?
No, that actually was called the Bull of Finch, and it was actually a downstairs bar, and they just saw it, and they, now there's a sign that says Cheers because all the tourists now it's a tourist attraction, so everybody go there and have a beer. But I remember seeing the last episode there too. I used to love that show. You know what I mean? That those are really they don't make those fucking things anymore. Bring back the fucking old sitcoms. Come on, man. You gotta watch
Yep.
this bullshit on TV. It's like, come on.
The people in Hollywood can't come up with a creative idea. There's a comedian out there by the name of Leanne, and she tried for 30 years. She just wasn't like the rest of Hollywood or the comedians. Now that they ran out of people and talent, guess what? They're bringing her back at the age of 59. She's got her own Netflix show. She's all over the place on every social media. Her dream has finally come true, but what they need to do is the talent is really in people that understand comedy, not Hollywood making taking a person and like saying, hey, we're going to make you really big. They ruined the music industry, they ruined the movies, they ruined all these industries, and I just hope that at some point it all gets cleaned up and all the true talent can come out again. Creative writers can come back, that type of thing. Maybe we'll see it in my time, maybe I won't.
Right on. Right on.
Yeah.
But
Let's see here. It says, did you walk in and say Norm? I actually did. I did. And I was about 32 years old, and I remember doing it. And I was so bold. When I look back, and I had to travel for work. I think I told you the story. They actually put me up in an old YMCA where the taxi driver didn't want to leave me there because he thought that's where men stayed, but they just bought it out and converted it. And that's the first thing I asked is where Cheers was. I had to walk forever to find the place. But now I think they do have a little stool there that has Norm's chair there. I think I just saw this on television after he died, right?
oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah, so Buckshot says, yeah, there's no more talent anymore.
No. Well, there is talent out there, but it's not like it used to be, I don't think we'll ever get there.
Ted Danson, I got a bad taste in my mouth about this dude. Man, he dated Whoopi Goldberg. What? Who was his handler at that time?
Probably Whoopi. Oh, shit.
All right. Thanks for joining. Thanks for coming back, Joey. Appreciate you so much.
Oh, no worries. It was so much fun. Maybe in a couple of weeks after a lot of shit happens, maybe we'll get together again. Let's settle and get rid of this Bolton guy and get ready for the new guy they're going after. So it's going to be it's just going to happen faster now. I can't wait.
Yeah, it is. It's all good things. The only thing that's really hurting people right now, and I just put the vibration out there, is people need money. You talked about going to the grocery store. You had a few things in your cart, and that was it. And some people don't even grab a cart anymore. They just grab the little hand baskets because they only are there for a couple of things. Our refrigerator is not full like it used to be. I open it up and I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to eat any more eggs.
Right? Yeah, no shit. But I mean, that's going to be after this fucking bullshit's over with. I mean, that's going to be our reward is your health and your wealth. So that's something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Whether it's a year or a 2 year, I don't know how long it's going to fucking take to get it all over with, but that's going to be our reward. Just hang in there. You know what I mean? Keep fighting. Do
Yeah.
what you got to do.
And one thing I will say in ending this is there's a lot of young kids out there that have to consider going back, not doing the white collar jobs, doing the blue collar jobs. If we're bringing back industries, me and my husband were just talking about this morning. He was telling me he remembers in high school they had auto shop or car shop, whatever they called it. You work on it, and then you had woodworking. You know, all these guys in high school took all this really cool stuff, and they did things, and then some of them turned into a career for them. We're getting back to that.
Well, I hope so. I mean, I went to vocational school in my high school. I was never a school person, so I took automotive. I was doing automotive for a while, so I was enjoying it. You know what I mean? We goofed off so much. Come on, we got to work on our own cars and everything else, so it was pretty wild. I learned a lot out of it.
I had a boyfriend that already had owned a car, and I was going for my driver's license. We were allowed to take summer school to get your driver's license because there were so many kids that were trying to get their driver's license. I pulled up in a car driving to go practice to get my license, right? Teacher looks at me, shakes his head. You know, we had 3 or 4 other girls in the car too. And it's just like, oh, we know how to drive, you know, it's just, we were crazy back then. Now, my understanding is a lot of these kids, they don't want their license. They don't want all the things that we wanted. But I'm saying to these younger kids out there, there's a really cool things you can do with AI, but there's a lot more that you could do. You know, becoming engineerings in the aluminum and steel that's coming our way. You know, you could be a manager. That we've got Intel chips that are coming back. We have Apple coming back. You know, all these technology things. There's a lot of different roles, and these kids. So what I'm saying is that these schools have to prepare our students for that, and maybe they need to start planning that shit out now.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that your school, the whole system itself, Janine's got to fucking, it's got to be switched. You know what I mean? Everything, the fucking school system, everything that we had during life, for our lives. You're talking judicial, you're talking fucking your economy, everything's gonna fucking change, but it's not gonna change all at once. It's gonna go little by little, but it's gonna happen in our lifetime. By the way, you don't have to wait that long for it. I mean, shit's happening, so I mean, that's something to look forward to.
Yeah, well, Papa Joe, your grandchildren will reap the benefits of all this that you're doing, and one day they're going to look back and they're going to say, "He tried to tell everybody, and look at it, it all worked out that way." God bless all of you guys out there, and me and Joey, we're sending our love to each and every one of you guys. Take care of each other, and we'll see you guys real soon. Bye, Joey.
Bye, honey. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.